I'm Nisap. Welcome to Nisap Gaming. Today I will be taking a Zen approach to the SULFLOCKE challenge. The SULFLOCKE is a homie dot meditation. It begins with a deep inhale, no dirk, no shirt, no ammo, only a mind to be trained and a single blade on the finite path the RNG reveals. And it ends with a long exhale. In SULFLOCKE, the run is the teacher, and death just turns the page. For me, the SULFLOCKE is less a training mode and more of a moving meditation. I'm here to sharpen my melee, platforming, and spatial awareness. But now the real subject is my attention. Where it goes, when it wanders, and how it behaves when things go wrong. I no longer worry much about whether I'm an intermediate Sulfur player. Instead, I treat each run as a practice in a few quiet disciplines. First, remembering the basics without clinging to them. Moving, dodging, reloading, and eating are just breath. Automatic, unremarkable, always there. Second, seeing the whole room, not just the tip of the sword. Health, progress, exit, what's behind me, what my greed is whispering to me, held in one field of view. Third, watching the moment of failure. Most deaths now have a clear cause. Impatience, hubris, panic, or simple inattention. The point is not to deny them, but to notice them without excuses. And fourth, perhaps most importantly, letting uneven skills be uneven while still using them. Melee, backing up, taking cover. The things I avoid are precisely the things I try to invite in. One awkward attempt at a time. That's it. Just remembering the basics, seeing the whole room, watching the moment of failure, and letting my uneven skills be uneven and still using them. Come on, guy. Getting a little cocky, I don't even look back to see if he's dead. Just 2 swipes, gone. Ooh, that hurt. My working theory is simple. An intermediate Sulfur player dies a lot, but mostly from identifiable, fixable errors. A more mindful Sulfur player tries to watch those errors as they happen instead of pretending they were bad RNG. It's nice having a gun, but it would be better if I remembered where I was. Than backing up leads to death. In the ghetto, I probably should have used more melee, but when you have a gun, it's just too tempting. Let's try this again. So, why do I make these videos? Here the edits are my meditation cushion. Editing these runs forces me to sit down with each decision and misplay, frame by frame, instead of letting the memory dissolve into a convenient story about RNG. I do find I'm getting better and better at the basics. A few jumps to look around and see if I missed anything. These structures, I always wonder why they're there. I rarely find anything in them. Always have to look in the spot next to the bottom of the cliff where a few unsavory types like to camp. Some quick food, worth a little more. Then I decide to use the grenade, which is a risky move, since now I have no way to take care of a ticking dog or goblin or whatever. High quality elf shoe though, that's a win with the boot. That gives me a lot of flexibility. I guess he goes after the chickens until he moves inside of me. Chicken legs are tough. I need spice mix to make them into something simple and easy. Might as well take them. If nothing else, they're money. First gun. Osman. Not bad. Gotta keep it for the whole game. Shotgun helps. Rifle would be a good complement. For now, stick to the shotgun. I still haven't mastered that jump. I don't even try it. I should. Throwing knife, that's always there. Pick up the brain because it's money. Sell the boot because I already have a boot, can't use it. Take all the ammo. And then decide whether I can afford some of the high value food. Ploika? Automatic. Together, two shorter range weapons. Now I have to go back and get the new ammo. Take all the 9mm he has. Not a bad weapon. One of the first weapons, automatic weapons I got in the early days of playing the game was the deck. I went pretty far with that thing, and then I got a Ploika, used that for a while. Eventually I get to the Fisk, but it was a lot of work. Quick look down for the chest. There isn't one, and then a natural pause. I've got to learn to break this habit of using the natural pause, especially the intermediate shelf. As a place to take stock, I've got to continually take stock. You know, I can't. You know, I back myself in the corner. I've got to move forward and start running around the natural or unnatural loop. But I've got to continually track reloading, health, which weapon's out, which weapon should be out. It's not, I can't wait for that moment. I can't wait for the pause. With a weapon, I don't need it to worry about grenades anymore. More mashed potatoes. Starting to follow the strategy of creating power bars for upper levels. Santa coat, not too bad. The Santa coat has +6 armor, but minus 10% move speed, so it's canceling out the boot. That leaves me with the +10% move speed from the high quality elf shoe and the 0.2 seconds of coyote time. And +1 on luck. I prefer the rod saps. It's a quick and easy way to make a health potion. I don't know all the health potion formulas. I probably should learn a few more. Here's another flaw. I'm standing still. It's not the best strategy. It doesn't give me the latitude, flexibility. I need to learn to push into an environment and see how far I can get. I get the easy plop. It's significant recoil reduction, but bullet drop, I'm suspicious of the bullet drop. The wiki says it has the slightest bullet drop of the oils that do have bullet drops, so we'll see. I'm not sure which gun it should go on. It's one of those platforming issues. I know there's a way up there. I need to flow more with the moment, or just give up and move on, which in a SULFLOCKE is not a bad thing. There's limited amount of looting, mostly for health and ammo. I know. Took a little too long. Got the rank up. See what the drop is like. Not bad. Some of the drop, like some of the oils, is disabling. But it does make it a even more of a close-up weapon. Can't use the drop at a long distance. Just stand and look around. I know the general layout of everything. Most of the caves I'll be entering. Every now and then there's a new one. Mostly on frickin' goes. Definitely want a weapon out for that. Okay, we're in the twisty caverns underneath. Up and out. There's the end. What do I do? Sniper has a cauldron. Got a lot of stuff that need to be cooked. My inventory's full up with not very nutritious stuff. And on the other side, I couldn't die with the best loadout so far. So the answer, I've done this 100 times. Pretty easy to beat, especially with these weapons. Don't know which side he's on, but I'll find out pretty quickly. There he is. Not a problem. Freaking ghost, what the hell, man? Where are you? Halfway in the wall? And of course, I can't move, and the one time, what the heck? The game is still the teacher. The game is still the teacher. The game is still the teacher. I'm just here to take notes in real time. I could have pushed forward and looked for a cauldron forward, but it got the better of me. So, what the heck? Combat boot. Good start. Thank you, Sensei. But it is just that, another start. Let's see if we can. And those were too good. Those weapons could have taken me really far. Let's see, impatience or hubris? Why? I tried to be methodical. I tried to do calculations. I've done this so many times. I forgot the ghost. I gave up on the ghost. In earlier play, I would have just found a safe spot and waited for the ghost to appear. With this case, I thought the odds were in my favor. It bit me. I think I need a joke. So a priest is telling a story to a bartender. So I was thinking about cooking, and the priest noticed a ghost float down into the bar. He says, "Are you freaking kidding me right now?" The bartender says to the ghost, "Hey, sorry, buddy. We don't serve spirits." The ghost says, "Then I'll have a cold draft." Bartender says, "You are the cold draft. Leave or my friend here will slice you a new..." I'm thinking, reincarnate you, then slice you a new one. The ghost moans and seeps into the infinite void. Trademark. The bartender turns to the priest and says, "And you were saying?" The priest says, "So I was thinking about cooking," and the bartender interrupts. "And you hesitate." Yeah, that's how the game gets you. We get a lot of hesitation-related trauma in here. Shall I pour you another old vintage? It's a long way to go for that one. So am I allowed to tell jokes when I'm Zen? It's gotta be. So I recognize this cave. I recognize it from the hanging, I'm gonna say, man. See, it's extreme kiting, and I think I need to move away from that. Pulling them into a tunnel where there's limited latitude to go around me. I guess that's a strategy that works, but then my rearranging. Do I get a weapon? Nope. Armor, hat, Converse All-Star. Pretty weak on both counts. The sneaker has no armor. Movement speed is plus 10. That's always appreciated. Cap is plus 1 armor, so again, standing still and waiting for him to come to me, that's a good way to die when there's more traffic than just the one. Last use of the cauldron before I exit. Don't want to get caught looking for a cauldron again. Don't know why I slipped off there so many times. Whim oil. 50% increase in bullet speed, but loot chance goes down. That's not a big issue. I don't need that much loot. Okay, here I'm going to try. Made it! I'm back. Okay, so now I have a comfortable way to do that. I don't have to pass it by. I don't know why I never made it in the past. Building confidence. That's the whole point of this meditation. Never have mastered this throwing knife. It's always there, so I suppose I should practice, see if I can somehow take advantage of it, but I only ever get the 1 or 2, not that many. So maybe it's not worth it. I need to fix the timing on killing the pikemen first. Now I'm getting overcautious. Every cauldron. I'll stop at every cauldron, even if there's nothing to do. All right, back up onto dry land. Work on the timing a little better. Circling around. Went up a ladder and didn't expect to, but the edge gave me an advantage. Let's see if there's a chest underneath the waters here. Sometimes there is. A lot of times there are not. Take what's there. and move on. Another same room twice. Sneaker. Can't really take it. Feels like I just did this. I did just do this. Out of the way, buddy. Especially in the doors. I don't want them in the doors. Here's my pre-mortem. I have plenty to eat, but I haven't eaten. And I get stuck trying to get out of the water, and come on. Whatever the game brings. Whatever the game brings. Whatever the game brings. The only variable I supposedly control is how badly I handle it. That wraps up my impure thoughts for today. Getting better. Still not eating. The biggest issue. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.